One, two, three, in the place to be. I'm your host, Adam Ill. To the right of me is Quan Bizzle. To the left, Shikaz the Governor. And in the middle, excuse me, Jambo One. I guess I said that right, hopefully. What's going on,
Indeed.
fellas?
Doing good. Doing
Before
good.
we were talking about Law Snoop Dogg and is the chronic better than doggy style? That's a great topic to have, man. I mean, for another time, but let's talk about it briefly. That's a great argument, though. We would have to go back, relive those albums. What are we judging about? Lyrics, production, album sales, impact? What would we judge that on? You know what I'm saying?
I would judge it by impact. That's what I was judging it on. And plus, I like the Chronic better because it's hard. And
Far
all
as,
like all the features and stuff. Chronic is just hard. That album's hard, yo. The beats. Snoop Dogg's album is more of a fun, like party album, which is cool. I like that album too.
yeah,
But
but
that
you
Chronic,
mentioned the features
it,
though. The features is like the same. They got the same features on the album, right? Like almost identical features on both albums, right?
yeah,
Nah,
but it's like I said, Chronic is more edgy. It's more hardcore. It's more gangster. It's got more of a
Yeah,
gangster edge. Where the Snoop Dogg's joint is more of a party album.
true, true. But let's say if
Both
we,
albums, they dang near even. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But
mm-hmm,
I just prefer the Chronic out of the two.
that's very close, very, very, very close. How was your so guys? How was y'all week? Not weekend, but how was y'all week?
My week was slow. It was a slow week, man. Like I'm trying to wait for payday, which is Friday, because
yeah,
I was broke. Because my Jeep, I had to get my Jeep fixed, and
right.
that took all my money, all my little bit of money from my
Mm,
last check.
mm.
And
Crazy.
then I listened to my first Bone Thugs and Harmony album yesterday.
What you
Yeah,
mean? What you mean by that? Like the first time you ever listened to Bone Thugs and Harmony?
yeah, the first time I ever listened to one of their albums.
Okay.
Get out of here!
Yes.
What you think? What you think?
No, no. We're not gonna let him. No, man.
Are
Go,
you serious right now,
go.
bro?
Yeah.
We're not gonna let him get off easy on that one.
I do that all the time.
Let's take a breather.
I let a lot of waves. I let a lot of waves fly
Let,
by. You know what I mean?
yeah. Let's take a breather real quick.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. Let's rewind that. This is your first time ever listening to a Bone Thugs and Harmony album.
Yup.
It's 2025, and this is your first time. Where were you in the
Yep.
90s, brother? Where were your eardrums in the 90s, man?
They was on the West Coast. They was on the West Coast, the East Coast, and then the underground. Now that's not to say that I didn't like Bone Thugs. I just didn't want to listen to their albums at that time because I like underground hardcore stuff. And they was a little. I think they might have been a little bit too commercial for me. With like, see you at the crossroads, so you won't be lonely, which is a great song. Great
For
song. I
the
ain't gonna
so
lie.
What you
for the
mean?
love of money and
Other one.
first not first of the month, but for the love of money, you consider that you consider that commercial?
Yeah. I can see
Yeah,
why. I can
yeah.
see why.
They was mad commercial, yo.
Especially for
They
the
came
sample.
out when they came out. They was commercial.
Right. Like they were sampling like the slow R&B. You know what I mean? That's what they were using to rhyme over. So it had that. It had that.
Maybe I'm looking at things a little different from a different scope than you guys.
You thinking
Um,
lyrically, but a
I'm
lot
not.
of
I'm
they
not.
like
You guys probably was way more gangster than me during that time and era.
but nah, see you thinking
I was
lyrically.
on the street, so my ears was different when I heard "Love of Money." It was a different feel to me when I
Mm.
heard that. It wasn't nothing commercial about that. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, to me, because the lifestyle I was living at the time. But I don't know. I guess it was
It's the
commercial that
beat.
y'all
It's
had.
the beat. It's the music behind it. What we talking about? That's what gives the whole commercial appeal. Because they were using
No, it was commercial appeal because they were top selling artists. They
oh
were like practically pop stars. I mean, you
Hmm.
could call Bone Thugs and Harmony pop stars.
I'm just shocked that it's your first time ever listening to a full album. Okay, so how was the experience?
I loved it, man. I was like, where they been all my life?
Yeah, I'm wondering too.
And what? East 99,
Wow.
it's a classic album, yo. It's a
It
classic
is.
album.
It is. It is. It is. It is. You know what's funny though? We played it on constant rotation on a block, but I can
Uh-huh.
only remember the mainstream songs. Ain't that crazy?
Um,
Like we played constant rotation, Infamous by Mobb Deep,
uh-huh.
but I had three main songs that I always skip to, fast forward to that. Ain't no skipping the tape. That's good. The temperature rising good, but fast forward the short ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad
yeah.
you enjoyed it.
Loved it. Loved it, man. That album, that's some good pimping whole music right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Good,
is. It
some
is. It
good,
is.
some good player type, something to ride to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved it.
Is it me or those old albums had that organic feeling? I think that's what's missing in albums nowadays. There seem something is missing, even in the mainstream. Something is missing. And I'm gonna be fair. The albums that I heard, I'm not saying that in general, because there's probably some good music out there that probably blow my mind. But the hip hop that I've been listening to as of late, it's missing something. Like when I go back, what we were just talking about, when you hear the Chronic and you hear Black on Both Sides and stuff like that, it's like it's a recipe that's all the ingredients. Now, even with the Clips album, I just felt something was missing.
Even with the Clips album,
Yeah.
mm,
I feel like a hip hop junkie that's been chasing his high ever since ever since I got introduced to like familiarized with rap music in the 90s. I've been chasing that high ever since.
hmm.
So I don't know. Now, I'll be fair. You do have certain artists again that I heard very briefly. That's like, okay, all right, I like the production. The instrumentals is full. Um, you know, it's 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 taking the culture, the brand of hip hop to another level. But as of late, from the veterans I've been hearing, and we're gonna talk about the Mobb Deep album, it just felt like there's an element that's missing from it. I don't know if my ears are getting fatigued by listening to certain
it's probably
artists.
got a lot to do with it because the older you get, you know, the older
Yeah.
you get, the harder it is to listen to music. Because you heard most of everything before. Nothing is really new to you anymore. And the new stuff hurt your ears until you get used to it. So
Mm,
that's the
I
way
don't
it
know.
is.
I don't think I'll never get used to
But
drill
when
music
you're
though.
16 years old listening to music, nobody ever gets that high. That the music they was listening to when they was a teenager and in their early 20s, you'll never get that again
I know, and
as an
that's what
older
I'm looking
person.
for. And do you think that I'm judging these albums wrong by looking for the nostalgia feeling? Am I
No.
being unfair to these albums?
Um, in a way, you gotta train yourself to just take it for what it is. You gotta accept the music for what it is. Because you
I'm
have
saying,
hip hop that's traditional hip hop. And if it's traditional hip hop, that's what you're gonna get. The classic drums, the great lyrics, the flows, the dope samples. You gotta be ready for that. And if you want to listen to something more modern, see, my issue is really with the modern stuff. The veteran stuff I know how to enjoy because I pretty much know what I'm getting, you know. But the more modern stuff, they lack uniquity, I think. Like it's not they all sound too similar. That's my only issue with it.
Have we settled for like mediocre in the standards of hip hop, even from underground music? Have we
I
settled for
think
like
so. I
have we
think the
settled for like
bar
mediocre? There's no one's pushing the envelope to create something unheard of or something that's undeniable, even from haters. Like, damn, I can't stand this guy for whatever reason, him or her, but this music good as hell. You know, no one gets that reaction no more. You know, and what are the worst worstest critics? Let me say if I'm saying this right. Okay, we all are artists here, so who are you most critical of? What work are you most critical of? Is a
um
question.
the masters, I'm most critical of the masters. Like the people from back in the day.
No, 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 no. Okay, I'm more critical of my work. Like the album I'm supposed to drop. Actually, supposed to drop two projects this month. Uh, the debut album and the Slender Man trilogy, the mixtape, right?
Hmm.
But when I listen, especially to the debut album, because I've been holding on to it for 3 years, um, I started to get air fatigue, right? And I listen to it, and I listen to it, and I listen to it, and I'm like, it's all right. And some days I like, it's pretty all right, pretty dope. And some days I'm listening to it, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So what I meant by like, are y'all the most critical of y'all work? Like, what makes when you listen to your own work, are you super critical of yourselves?
I am. Yeah, I am. I do that too. But the thing is, if I listen to a song and I get tired of it, or I feel like meh about it,
Mm-hmm.
I either delete the song or I'll change the beat or something, rewrite it. I'll do something. I keep working on it till it's good until I'm like, yeah, this is dope. This is dope. That's what I do.
See, my issue is the songs on the album is a go to me, right? But by me
Mhm.
listening to it so many times and knowing that the fact that most of this stuff been out for at least 2 years and some change, right? It's not a thing of you ever heard your favorite album 100 times where somebody
Yeah.
else will probably listen to it and say, "Oh, it's nice," and you say to yourself, "Yeah, it's all right. I heard it over 100 times, literally. It's okay." You know.
Man, if I like an album, I'll never get tired of it. I'll play it forever.
Mm.
It's a
Like
masterpiece.
Midnight Marauders, I can listen to that album forever. Philadelphia Half Life, I can listen to it forever. You know what I mean? It's so many albums that I have to sit them down. I sit them down, I get tired of them, but I always go back to them when I need something to listen to. Like The Chronic's one of those albums. That's an album I could listen to forever. You know? And I think when it comes to your personal music, me personally, when like I usually put my projects together within a few months. So the songs that I have, they're not old, they're not really that old. I'm not really working with songs that's 2 years old. Probably 5 months old at at the most by the time I put it out. So I
Okay.
usually sometimes it'll take me like a month to do a whole album. So it'd be pretty fresh to my ears. So if you've been sitting on the song for 2 years, that's only natural for you to feel like, you know
Fatigue.
what I mean, like you feeling tired of it, or you feel like it might not be good enough because you heard it, you
Yeah.
you sat with it for too long. And when you finish your song, you wanna, like me personally, I do my songs, I do them joints in bulk. Like I said, like over the course of a few months, like maybe 3 or 4 months. So, and I don't listen to them. Only time I listen to them, I record them and I leave them alone. And
Mm.
then I'll do the mixing process. After I finish everything, I'll work on mixing.
Okay.
And then if I'm working on the album, I'll line the songs, I line everything up. And anything that's weak within the lineup, I'll take it out. Or I might have to rearrange the lineup to make it flow better. But if there's a song in there that like either brings down the energy or it don't fit the flow, I'll take it out, just get rid of it.
Mm.
So yeah, so when you do your projects, you really want to consolidate the time that you spend working on it. I understand everybody work differently. Some people work slower than others. I tend to work a little bit fast. Like I won't have I'll go months and months and months and I won't have anything. And it's like a drought. And then I'll get hit with like a wave of creativity and that's when I'll do it. Like I have a new album coming too. I think I'm dropping it next month in November, but I was working on it over the summer.
Mm.
So, yeah.
I submitted one of my songs to I don't know if y'all familiar with Shaka Pitts. Shout out to Shaka Pitts. Um, three of my songs. Now I never got sprayed. Pause. Because it's player spray. That's why I say that, right?
That's what's up.
4 a.m. in Thailand. I did that 2 years ago. The video with Jono, right? Shout out Jono. Um, I'm not familiar with Shaka's audience,
Uh-huh.
right? So when I played that, it got I think like 10 plays or something. It's no sprays, right? Cool. 4 a.m. in Thailand is not that big of the whole album is not lyrical. I didn't intend it to be lyrical. I just wanted to make some type of an adult type of evolvement type of album. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was decent. Then Sinners was submitted through Life to Oracle. Shout out to her. I didn't hear that because I didn't tune in at night or I forgot or whatever. And she said that um, got plays. They loved that. But the second one that I was attentive to was um, Miss LLC. And Fedro did the hook from LA. He also did the beat. Shout out to him. We talked over the phone, and I might as well have got sprayed that night. Pause, because I got 8 plays, 4 sprays, but it survived. But the reason why I told you it might as well shouldn't have survived because the 4 people, including Shaka Pitts and 3 other guys, I guess they like his Three Stooges or henchmen that do the judging or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, the hook is good, the beat is good. His bars, he could have gave me more. He was in and out. Had to strap the bars. You know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, I might
Yeah.
as well have got sprayed. But ironically, it was one guy and 7 females that played, wanted to play. All 4 sprays was from dudes. And it was a female song. It was dedicated basically to my wife, but it was like a double entendre. Like Miss LOC. Like when people say back in the day, money is my woman. You know what I'm saying? So the song's based on a double entendre. You was there, girl, when I did it in the studio.
Nah, I wasn't there when you did it. I don't think.
There you was there. I'm about to remind
Oh,
you.
I
I'm about
remember,
to
I remember
remind you. I'm about to jog your memory. Can I jog your memory?
I remember hearing it at the studio. I
Mm-mm.
thought you were doing something else.
No. Hold on. You may be right.
I,
You
remember
may heard. You was there and heard it.
I heard it in the studio, but you.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah, I stand. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, you heard it while you was in the studio.
That's why I
Yeah.
said I liked it. I remember that day. But see, the thing is, think like this though. Who was the song written to and about? So naturally, it makes sense for the females. They gravitated to it. You know what I mean? The dudes don't 100. That's a win.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Right. If the
Yeah.
dudes liked it and the girl and
So
the
so
women
you
didn't,
you you lucky because it wasn't all guys listening. You
right?
lucky it
Yeah, I've
was
been doing.
women
I've been
listening.
doing. I've been
Because if
doing.
it's a
I
chick
would have been
song,
doing.
right. If it's something that the ladies can relate to,
Right.
you did your job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's hard for artists to be able to speak to both.
Yeah. But somebody was telling me that his audience, doesn't they don't appreciate real hip hop.
That's subjective.
Yeah.
That's subjective.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, let's move on to this guy, Robert Morris. He's a pastor. He's Trump's spiritual advisor.
Oh boy.
I know, right? And it says where we at? In March 2025, he was indicted on 5 counts of lewd and indecent acts with a child. In October 2025, he pleaded guilty. All 5 charges. He will be incarcerated for 6 months.
6 months.
And this of 10 years. He must also register as a child sex offender. Okay, fellas. What do you think? I got strolling on social media, and this popped up. The president's pastor from Texas, spiritual advisor, was pleaded guilty to molesting a 12-year-old girl. We're gonna talk about the Epstein case list or whatever. And somebody had the nerve to tell me, I'm gonna let y'all cook, but someone had the nerve to tell me, because I made a statement. I said, well, R. Kelly got 35 years. This man gets 6 months in prison, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, he been doing this for a while. I said, how you know this man wasn't doing this for a while? He just got caught. He just woke out of bed and say, I'm a SA, a 12-year-old young lady. How you know this have not been this stuff haven't been carrying on for decades on end? You get what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
kills me when people say that, and it be our own people. And I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but come on, it's clear as day. Like,
It's a race thing.
like 6 months in jail. Like,
It's
really?
not just a race thing, it's a class thing. That's what it really is. It's classism at its finest. Because if he wasn't who he was, yeah, they might have. I don't know. To compare what he did to what R. Kelly did is kind of ill.
Why you say that?
Both bad, but I mean, like, the quantity shouldn't even matter. Honestly, it shouldn't even really matter. Like, if you messing around with children, you need to be in jail. You need to be
Fact.
in jail. So he
Not for
got a
6 months
spank on
either.
the wrist just because who he is.
Yup.
Simple as that. He's a 1% person.
Facts. Girl, what you think, man? I see you over there.
Trying to read it. I'm trying to read it. Trying to see the article. Yeah, I don't know. It shows a lot of different. It shows 2 sides. Like, we definitely see how he only got 6 months, but
10-year probation though. He can't screw up.
yeah, but at this point in the game, he's 64 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, you can still do something. But I don't know. It doesn't. You can tell that the justice is not equal. That's the one thing you see for sure. And crimes against kids seem to really be treated not as, you know what I mean? A lot of people keep hearing about crimes that's been committed against children, but the penalties don't really be that long. You know what I mean? But then another case, they hearing about drug deals or something like that. They get 20, 30 years, but 30, 40 years for, one sale sometimes. But you turn around on the other hand and kids getting this type of act done to them that ruins their life, and they only out for like 6 months. So I think that's off. I think that's off. And I think also the fact of who he was and who he's been affiliated with also helped him out when it comes to this being such a light sentence. You know what I mean?
I would say it's a new era coming in. I don't know if you guys heard, but they're trying to change the age of consent. I remember a while ago, like a couple years, 7 years ago, I was having a conversation with an old friend, and he was like, the age of consent in New York was like 14 at one time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like these Epstein files, because every time Trump name is mentioned, everyone's always saying, "Okay, now what about the Epstein files? Okay, now what about the Epstein files?" I feel like he's trying to buy some time, and he's brushing these things off until eventually they can, and mark my words, in the probably the last 3 years of his you know the last 3 years of his service, they might change the age of consent probably to like 16 or something.
Yeah.
They might change the age of consent. A lot of this stuff, I don't know if you guys heard about the artists, like David, the singer.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is coming up more and more, and it's becoming almost normalized, where people get desensitized to it. You ever heard somebody with especially like with R. Kelly? Well, I'm gonna separate the art from the artist. It's
Mhm.
cool. You know what I mean? I don't gotta know R. Kelly. His music's still good. You know what I mean? We almost become desensitized where we could hear someone S8 a 5 year old, but as long as their music is good, who they are, how much money they have in their account, their personality, we look past it. We don't care no more. You know what I mean? It's no more about the victim. It's about, like Jamawan said, if you're in that top 1%, you know what I mean? You're a musician, you're an artist, you're wealthy, you're rich, you have power. And when you hear about these things, a lot of people make mockery and joke out of it. It's gonna become a normal thing. It's gonna become a normal thing where the age of consent is gonna be 15. Years ago, you can't discipline your kids. You discipline your kids, you say something about your kids getting a sex change, you say something about your kids having a different opinion than you, then you're not fit to be a parent, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
more power is coming to the kids and away from the parents now. So they're just kind of warming your kids up into getting to this new era where now 10 years from now, if a grown man talk to your daughter or your son in a certain way, it's okay. You can't do nothing about it. You the one say something about it, call the cops about it, you're gonna be the one getting locked up. You're gonna be the one looking crazy at. You know what I mean?
Yep. The whole fact.
It is. And these, it's wild. A lot of these ages consent states, they pretty low. What was it? 13 in,
13 where?
in Tennessee by age. North Carolina 13, New Mexico
What?
13,
Wow.
13 is crazy. That's a child, yo.
like New Jersey and New Hampshire is 13.
Get out of here.
So is Minnesota.
That's crazy.
Maryland is 14
Merlin, what?
I thought Maryland was 16.
by age and 16 by authority. So I don't know what the difference between by age and by authority is. Let me see.
That's crazy.
Younger partners is deemed able to consent to having with an older one as long as their age difference does not exceed a specified amount. That's what by age means. So you can only be older than her by a certain age at that 13, 14 limit that I was saying earlier.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I guess that, say like you in high school, middle school type deal.
Oh, okay. Like 3 years apart almost?
Yeah, that something like that, most likely.
Okay. Dang.
Let's move on to our greatest rapper of all time to some, Mr. Aubrey Graham. It's back in the news today. Not in a good way. Keep taking more L's than LL, man. So let's see. The volcano from out of Iceland, they come to take over the rap game like the white man. Hitler the Hitler, photobomb and Yahoo, read it bomb missile. Watch me do it like the Pointer Sisters. Slip arsenic in your corn liquor. bigger L's than the Aubrey nigga. From Pappy Mason to Pastor Mason, the church was vacant. A preacher with Bobby trapped in the basement. I'm laughing, just imagine the Sleepy Beauty had herpes.